Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is, I don't know what day it is, but it is episode number 3 of the racing lawnmower build. And to kick this off, I have a brand new camera and I am so excited about this because I don't have to worry about the GoPro wide angle anymore. Let's go ahead and get into this. Alright guys, so last video we left off, we have the front suspension and the motor just kind of in place right here. I haven't really touched it since. It's been Christmas, it's been holidays, and I haven't wanted to play out here because I don't like to have no time to do anything. So what I've determined, we had the body on last time, I've determined that the engine needs to go about an inch to an inch and a half that way toward the front of the cart, and then this will sit a little bit more forward, which I think is going to be okay. So I'm going to chop off the remaining top part here, and then I'm actually going to cut this steer tube down a little bit shorter because we don't need it that tall anymore. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so I want to wedge this chain in there because it helps with my sanity, and I actually want to put, no, that's too far over. Oh, you know what, that's not personal at all. Golly gee, mister, you sure do know a lot about chains. The bump because we have a lift, so we'll see how this goes. So forward and backward. No, forward and backward. No, oh god, I don't like how it's swinging. Okay, okay. Kids, hold. I definitely unscrewed that way too far. Oh no. But you know what? It's turned out okay. Okay! So, I have our engine plate tacked in 4 spots. So now I'm gonna run beads everywhere I can. But for right now, I'm just gonna leave the tacks because I wanna get some other things cut and dry before I continue on. Mainly I want to cut here and directly across. I'm going to get a square that bridges the gap, that way the frame is still even. But I wanted to tack this in, that way the frame holds its square shape and I don't lose any important squareness Squareness is key. I can never get these stupidity clips with my GoPro because it was either in time lapse or it was in record, and I couldn't record for 9 hours. So now you guys get to see my whole personality and how I talk to myself even when I'm not trying to talk to the camera. So you guys can get an insight on just how insane I am, and hopefully that makes you like me more, but we'll see how that goes. Alright guys, so I just got done chopping the front half off of here, and I cleaned up this single piece. That way I could box off the frame. Now, the reason I want to box off the frame is not only to give rigidity, but I can drill 2 holes in here that line up. I realized I just forgot to hit record. I'm so dumb. So the bar that I just showed you, I will cut 2 holes to match up these 2 pipes here. That way, instead of just getting surface welds like this, I will actually have the pipes running through, so they'll get welded not only on this end, but also on this end, and they'll have this, which will hopefully keep them from torquing and twisting. And then I'll also try to add in some tie-down bars that come in and weld down back to the frame. But we will see how all of, oh, I don't know how to work this, oh my God. Okay, so we will see how all of that goes right now. Okay guys, so messed up. First try, I did 1 3/8 and that was way too big. Second try, I did 1 1/8, and this cut fits like a glove, and it also doesn't take a chunk out of my sidewall. In fact, it doesn't take anything out of my sidewalls. So thankfully, we have 2 pieces. So we're gonna do that same process again. Yay! But at least this time we have this one as a template. But before I do that, I'm gonna go inside and warm my hands up so that way I can feel my fingers again, and then we'll come back out, drill more holes, and then we'll get this thing done. Alright, so now we see if we fit. Oh yeah, that is a nice tight fit. So that way our welds are gonna actually hold. And if you look at the sidewalls, we didn't cut. Let me tap the screen real quick. So we didn't cut into our sidewalls very much, just kind of skimmed it, but the rest of the way down it looks pretty good. Same thing on this side, we just had a little bit more clearance. So now I'm gonna put this back on the bench, and we're gonna figure out where our next hole needs to be. All right, it is the moment of truth. We're gonna see if she fits. We appear to be a little bit off. I was kind of worried that was going to happen. All right. Okay, looking good. It went on. I'm excited. All right, I'm going to take it off just to make sure that I didn't. Damage anything. All right, it looks like we're golden, guys. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, I got a tack in there. I got a tack in there, and only 5 degrees, which is not bad. I had it at 0 before I welded it, and it keeps wanting to jump around. I think this surface is not long enough for it to get an accurate read. But I'm gonna go ahead and lay a couple more tacks, and then we should be able to slide the frame or the front end in right there, and then we should be ready to go. I am super excited to finally be able to have this awesome camera here. Oh, that's my welding mask. That's why it felt weird. But I'm super excited and super thankful to have this camera and to be able to give you guys some higher quality content. If you guys are enjoying this build, thank you for sticking along, even though I've only been filming on a GoPro. Hopefully I'm providing some more quality content. I know it's not really about the camera, it's about the person behind it. But thank you guys so much for supporting me in all the ways that you have been, just watching the videos, doing what you need to do. And we're gonna keep moving along with these projects because I absolutely love them and they keep me sane. So anyway, thank you guys so much for supporting this channel, and let's continue back to the video. Alright guys, we have officially mounted the front suspension to the frame. You guys can see that the frame runs all the way through the tube, through the other side. That one's flush, that one pokes out a little bit, that's totally fine. Now the only issue I see is the rubbing, especially when you turn. Because we are gonna rub. But that's okay, we can always add some cross pieces to tie in, and that'll give us more room to turn. But this thing looks insane, guys, insane. And if you look at it from the back, it's centered. It's centered, guys. I centered it. Like, I'm literally so proud of myself for making that square and center. It took so much time, but it was so worth it. Now the reason I went with front suspension and four-wheeler front suspension, nonetheless, is because I wanted some brakes. I wanted to be able to stop this thing from the front and the back, and this allows me to do it. Now, this is all I wanted to do the first video, or this video, sorry, not the first video. But this is gonna end the video for today. I'm gonna go ahead and tack these in, possibly weld these all the way around. But test fit is perfect. Next video, this will have already been all welded up, and we're gonna start work on the rear axle on the floor, getting it over to here. I have to buy a few things like a rear shock and things like that. But front suspension is basically, it's not 100%, but it's basically done, checked off the list. And guys, this thing is going to look beastly with that lawnmower body on. Like, these tires are gonna look freaking ridiculous. So excited. So I'm gonna figure out how to make this clear. I think I'm just gonna take a tube or maybe a piece of frame that I have left. I still have this piece, and I still have these pieces from the original motor mounts that I can weld in like that, and that should be plenty strong. But we'll figure something out, because that's not enough steering angle, guys. That's barely enough. So we're definitely gonna have to clearance this. I think I'm gonna go with the weld these angled pieces in. It should work out good, and if it doesn't, it's fine. It'll all work out. I'm gonna gusset this right here. Just gusset this bracket in between. I'm gonna get a bottom and a top. It's gonna be made of the thinner steel that I have, and then I'm going to take a piece from here, run it down to the frame where I can. The motor is gonna be sitting. The motor is gonna be sitting in here, probably something along these lines. So I'm going to be limited on how far I can make these come down and go into the, I'm going to be limited on how I can make this come down and tie into the frame. But I'll figure out a way to make it work. And looking at these now, I'm starting to think that these might actually have some clearance issues on the actual motor itself, which is kind of funny. But it's, again, not a big deal. We can move the motor still. We haven't made the mounting permanent. But guys, we are here. We are at the front suspension. The front suspension's done. This is amazing. I'm so happy. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment comment on your favorite part if you made it all the way to the end, and share with a friend, because I'm sure that you guys have buddies that like to do stuff like this and you'd like to share something that you found. So please feel free to share this video with some of your friends. Other than that, guys, have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one when we start mocking up the rear suspension.